Okay. Hi, I'm Stefano Seraffinelli. I'm the CEO of TeaCup Lab.
I'm Isa. I'm a researcher at TeaCup Lab, and I'm going to be one of the researchers involved in fieldwork.
Hi, my name is Clara. I'm also a researcher at TeaCup Lab, and I'm going next week with Isa to Kenya to conduct fieldwork.
So TeaCup is a user research agency. We're based in Spain, in Madrid. We are one of the lead partners in the SkincAIr project, and we are dedicated to ensuring that this new advanced AI technology we are building together works for the people who need it the most. And also takes into account the daily realities, the specific challenges, the cultural nuances of the community where it will be implemented. Basically, our role is to be like a bridge between the technology developers and the frontline of workers in Kenya, Ethiopia, and Senegal. And we will perform culture-informed user research throughout the entire project, but specifically in 3 key moments. The first one is the ethnographic research that is bound to start next week, and Clara and Isabel will explain it a bit better later. And then we'll do a workshop to make sure that all the findings from the research are applied correctly in the development of the app. And finally, we will also test the app with the frontline of workers to make sure that it not only is well designed, but also easy to use, and that the people who are supposed to use it will actually want to use the app.
So just to expand a little bit more on what Stefano said, fieldwork in these areas in sub-Saharan Africa is important because skin entities, which is the short name for these kinds of diseases that we are researching, are highly prevalent in these regions, and healthcare is often delivered by frontline health workers that have limited specialist training. And also because clinical and infrastructural settings are very different there from global north settings. So rather than designing a tool remotely, this project assumes that the context has also to be taken into account. And so that's why we are going to carry out fieldwork to understand how skin conditions are currently treated there, what constraints healthcare workers face today, and how technology and AI is understood and trusted more or less.
Just to add with what you said, Isa, part of this project is also to ensure that the solution is user-centered, contextually relevant, and rooted in real workflows and cultural practices. So this is why we are going to conduct field research. So in Kenya first, after in Ethiopia, and after that in Senegal, where conditions and practices can vary widely. So that's why it's important to visit all these countries and to have a great understanding of what's happening in real time and on the field. So regarding our first trip, it will be 2 weeks of fieldwork focused initially on Kenya. So during this period, we will engage in face-to-face interviews with stakeholders across different healthcare settings. So for example, frontline healthcare workers and also dermatologists and community health practitioners in general. So we have a great understanding of what's happening here and from different perspectives. So in our case, the interviews will be conducted in parallel with shadowing. What we call shadowing is we are observing what's happening on different places. And for that, we're going across urban, suburban, and rural settings. So again, to capture a broad set of practices and lived experience. And for now, we have about 11 or 12 unique interviews scheduled. So we have a deep qualitative engagement rather than a quick survey, for example. We really have the time to know our interlocutor, understand the processes, and see how it can apply and fit with the technological digital solution we're planning to propose. So So yeah, this will be a mix of this interview and shadowing, and that way we will be able to conduct a full analysis of what's happening on the field.
For this part of the field work, even if we are not yet doing like any clinical trial, we are not doing this, and we are not collecting sensitive data about like patients' health and so on. It does follow a formal ethical protocol to ensure that the research activities are responsible and are respectful, and also are aligned with international research ethics standards. And so this ethical protocol covers how participants are informed about the project and their role, how data is collected, stored, and then used, also how confidentiality is preserved, and potential risks that may come up and how are they going to be mitigated. And well, in this project, the ethical protocol is necessary because it involves vulnerable contexts, because we are going to do fieldwork in like low research healthcare settings. Also because we are working with sensitive data, skin conditions, images, health information, and so on. And last, because it is cross-cultural research, so maybe assumptions that we have from global north may not apply there. These are the reasons why we have to work under an ethical protocol framework, even if it's not a clinical trial yet.